Welcome back to the Dorian Fitness Podcast. If you're new to my podcast, it's about my fitness journey and what I've learned on my way. And I'm Dorian, and today we're going to talk about how to become confident in the gym. And I've been going to the gym for many years. I actually started out when I was 15 or 16 years old. I weighed over 200 pounds at the time. I would say I was obese. I wasn't diagnosed to be obese, but that's literally from looking at pictures of myself and knowing my weight at the time. Yeah, I was obese. Very weak. I even remember being unable to use 5-pound dumbbells to do like bicep curls, or when I learned how to do the bent over tricep kickback. The day that I did that, I did about, 3 or 5 sets, about 12 reps each, nothing too out of the ordinary. And the night of, my arms were killing me because I overdid it. And that's where I started. So I have a lot of experience of being uncomfortable at the gym, breaking through that. I've also had many friends that I was actually the first ones to introduce them to the gym. Quite a few of them actually still go to the gym to this day, even though some of them I don't hang out with as much because of they are farther away from me, move states, etc. But then it's like I see their social media and they're working out, and I'm very happy to be part of their journey of fitness. And let's get into it. One day or day one, you decide, which that is really, do you want to start being healthy now, or do you want to have it being a regret later on? Every achievement begins with the decision to do it. Ignorance destroys so many opportunities that come to our lives every day. Motivation's overrated. Discipline and accountability are what matters. And you can even go a little bit further. Motivation is, I'm motivated to make this sales call. I'm motivated to go to this workout one time. But it's really inspiration, which is long-term. Motivation's more important. And then really it's discipline. Many different writers, authors that I've listened to over the years, even like Stephen King, it wasn't, I'm looking for this inspiration to write. It was, I'm writing every day, regardless of how I feel, regardless of my inspiration, my thought. I'm going to do it every day. That's their discipline. And their accountability is their editor, their agent saying, hey, you have to write this book within the year or you're going to lose out on this book deal or etc. But it's really having discipline of making your goals a daily task and having accountability. That's why this podcast exists. And I also like this from David Goggins, which is, I want to be uncommon among uncommon people. For example, if you go to a church, everyone in that church is uncommon. Sadly, because of our society being mostly non-believers or people that call themselves Christian, even though they do not go to church, they do not read the Bible, they do not pray. It's kind of like saying that you're a surfer, but you never go surfing. Are you really a surfer or not? This is an example of uncommon among uncommon people, is even among churchgoers, which are the uncommon people, not many of them read the Bible, let's say, every week. That's taking it lightly. And also, you can take it even further. Not many Christians that go to church actually read the entire Bible from cover to cover within the year. So, if you want to be uncommon among uncommon people, that's an example of how you dig down into that. Let's get into the podcast. How to build your confidence in the gym. It starts out going to the gym. I recommend doing the trial of many different gyms, many different workout facilities. You'll have the commercial gyms, the franchise gyms, there's rec centers, and then there's boutiques, which are basically, you're not going to be training by yourself. You're going to be either group training or you're going to be doing like one-on-one personal training in the facility. And they all have their pros and cons. I'll get into that after this topic. Having a workout plan can make you feel more organized and focused. And there's many different apps that have workout plans in them. There's books, there's YouTube videos on all types of workouts. So if you are a lady, you want to work out your legs or booty, there's many different things. You just have to type in butt workout or leg workout, and there's more than enough. Choose one that you feel looks good, maybe has a lot of views, and you do it like that. And knowing what exercises you will be doing and how to perform them can also reduce your anxiety and also build your confidence as well. And even day one, it's not like you're going to be expected to know everything. So just take that out of your mind and just know that the people around you, men or women, are not judging you. They're actually there just doing the same thing you are, and they're probably feeling the exact same anxiety going to the gym. And next is ensuring you know the correct form for each exercises you do will help you prevent injury and help you feel more confident. If you're unsure about a certain equipment, a lot of personal trainers or people, the staff of the gym, are willing to help you. Or if you're just looking clueless, look for someone who looks like they know what they're doing, and you just ask them. A lot of times, they're willing to help you without any problems at all. Even personal trainers, they won't be like, hey, you need to pay for this. They'll show you how to do a certain exercise. Or also, a good thing to do is look up the video for it. You can position yourself by a mirror so you can watch yourself doing the exercise, so you can help yourself know that you're doing it correctly or not. And that's one way of doing it. If there's no mirror available for the exercise, you can always ask a friend or someone there to record you doing the exercise so you can know that you're doing it right. And you can even say, hey, I'm not sure if I'm doing it right or not. Can you take a video of me doing it? Here's my phone, so we can see if I'm doing it correctly or not. I've never had someone say no. I've asked guys, I've asked women to do that. The women are more like shocked that I'm not like, kind of hitting on them or anything like that. I'm literally being like, hey, can you do this for me? Every single time they'll say yes. People are very kind to everyone in the gym, respectful in the gym. Next is start with the basic exercises and progressively go more complicated. Most gyms, most commercial gyms have a circuit of machines that if you just follow along with them, you're doing a certain body part. Usually they set it up where it's upper body on one side and lower body on the other, and it's very easy to get it. And usually when you're taking your tour with your trial and stuff like that, they'll even point out the circuit so you don't have to be like wondering where it's at. And it's also mastering the simple movements will build a stronger foundation for you and boost your confidence, and then you move on to other things. Like, for example, I do squats using a barbell, kind of scary sometimes. And then there's a machine that was at the gym that I go to with my fiance, that instead of doing the squats where the weight's on top of your shoulders, it actually, you wrap a belt around your waist and you do the squat. And I found it to be amazing and to be a blooper on that. I actually was thinking it was like doing a good morning, and I actually put the belt around my head first, and they're like, that doesn't look right. And I was like, well, that's a different exercise. It's good morning, which targets your butt and lower back exercise, but yeah, it's really around your waist. So that was like a blooper for me. And the next one is setting achievable goals and tracking your progress, which right now I'm kind of plateaued on my weight loss journey. So I need to change up my routine, do more cardio, decrease my intake of sugar and fats and carbohydrates, and increase my protein to get back on track. And that is if you have achievable goals. Let's say that your goal is to go to the gym once a week for, let's say, 4 weeks in a row. And then you can go from there. And then your progress is, okay, did I go this week? Yes or no? And then each week you can feel a sense of accomplishment that you went to the gym, you achieved your goal. That is an example of an achievable goal. Number 5 is having a gym partner can make the experience more enjoyable. You can chat with your friend, and also having that moral support can help build your confidence as well. Next is number 6, which to me I'm cheap. You can listen to my podcast, my other podcast, the Dorian Finance Podcast. I don't like spending a lot of money on clothes, but talking to even my fiance, wearing fitness clothes that make you feel good can boost your confidence, or wearing the right workout clothes, which I can wear any t-shirt, whatever, I'll do it. Yes, there's some other clothes that make you feel more confident. Doesn't feel like you're wearing cotton where you're drenched in sweat that holds it. And then also footwear where you're not coming in the gym with sandals on, but actual gym shoes. That will help you make you feel more prepared and more confident as well. And like my fiance says, she's like, if I look good, I feel good and I feel confident. So that's another one to do. And if you're nervous about crowds, try going to the gym during less busy times. What are those times? That's usually in the middle of the day from 11 a.m. to about 3 p.m. That is the dead period of the day. Or if you have a 24-hour gym, then it's at night from like 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. is also a dead period of time. Or again, you use the trials to see if the gym is super packed or not. For example, like the beginning of the year, most gyms get more packed. It can be kind of uncomfortable. So you try to use the trials to figure out which gyms has too much crowds or not. Or you can even hire the personal trainer, because a lot of personal trainers have their own personal training zone. So there's less people by you that way too. Number 8 is remember that everyone at the gym has their own reason and their own goals. Try not to compare yourself to others and focus on your own progress by comparing yourself to yourself, not other people. There are people around you at the gym that can easily grow and build muscle faster than you, can easily lose weight faster than you. And also say that you're in the gym for 1 hour and you see someone who's in the gym for 1 hour and you notice that they're losing weight faster than you. You don't know if they're starving themselves or not. You don't know what their diet is like. And that's why it's a very bad thing to compare yourself to other people. Competing with other people is not a good thing to do. It can drive you nuts, and you want to try to control the controllable, which is yourself, and comparing yourself to, your past self. And then number 9, take the time to familiarize yourself with the gym equipment. Almost every gym offers a orientation session to help new members know how to do the equipment, what machines do what, and if they don't, they're not a good gym in my opinion. And you want to know how to do the basic movements, how each exercise works, what each equipment works, so it can help you have that confidence that you're doing it right, efficiently. And number 10, the more you go, the more comfortable you will become. Consistency builds a routine, just simple as that. And with that routine comes confidence. The first time you go to the gym, you might not know where the lockers are. Second time, you know where the lockers are, so you're more comfortable. The third time, you might know how certain exercise works. The fourth time, you might actually remember the names of one of the staff members in the gym that greeted you all 4 times, and etc. And then you're building that routine of, okay, I'm going to the gym once a week. I'm going to do some weightlifting, and then I'm going to end with cardio and stretching. And then over the next couple months, I'm going to build it to having a full routine of working my upper and lower body, having cardio days, rest days, etc. And then 11, maintaining a positive attitude. This is a journey. You go to college for 4 years, you're not expected to be a master in day 1. So have that attitude of positiveness towards yourself and remind yourself why you started. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they are. For example, even finishing a first-time workout, let's say it's 30 minutes long, that's an achievement. Going there again, that's an achievement. Going there for 3 weeks in a row, that's an achievement. A month, that's an achievement. If you're listening to this at the beginning of the new year, have a goal that you actually keep going to the gym past February 15th. Reason for that is by February 15th, most gym goers stop going to the gym. So that should be your goal, is to pass that and make it into a habit. They say 21 days of doing something every day creates a new habit. I think that can be true, and I can also say that that can be untrue, because I've seen people that do it for 21 days and quit. But if I see someone do it for 100 days or 150 days, I've seen them go even longer than that because they have made it into a lifestyle. And really, I would say going to the gym, it should be normal hygiene. Think of it as that. You wouldn't skip going to brush your teeth or washing your hair or putting on, deodorant or cologne or something like that. So why skip the gym? It's part of your hygiene, and you could have that as your attitude as well. 12, don't hesitate to ask gym staff or more experienced gym goers for advice or assistance. There's many times that you don't know how to do something, or let's say you're going for your personal best on an exercise and you want someone there just in case your muscle fatigues. I've had it where when I did the leg press for 1,000 pounds, I not only had one person, I had about 3 people by me just in case. And I asked, one was a gym staff, and then 2 were just gym goers that I kept on seeing around the same time, and they all said no problem. And they're like, when they saw the way, they're like, oh, this is scary. And I did, and they're like, whoa. They were impressed by that. And then it's over time with your consistency, and think of it as practice, your confidence in the gym will grow. The more you do it, the more your confidence will grow. And again, some people will, if you're not confident, what I would recommend is having giant headphones in and have a hoodie on, pants on, and you do that, you'll be sweating a little bit more, but you're kind of like hiding yourself. Or a lot of gyms, they have their own like little corner that there's not that many people in. Go in that corner and work out like that if you're that nervous, and you can build your confidence more you do it. I've also seen females that don't want to be gawked at. They wear sweatpants, baggy clothes, stuff like that, or they'll just go in that corner and work out, and then they see me and they're like, okay, why the heck are you in this corner too? I'm like, because I don't like crowds around me. And it's really, talk to your family members, talk to your friends, say, hey, I'm nervous of going to the gym, you want to come with me? And you can have a gym buddy. And a lot of times for me, it's my schedule is so inconsistent that I've really never had a consistent gym buddy. I've usually had it like a session of like going to the gym with a buddy probably like 3 or 4 weeks in a row before they get sick and tired of my inconsistent schedule of being like, okay, let's go gym in the morning, and then okay, let's go gym at night, okay, let's go gym in the middle of the day. And it's like, it's hard for me to find a consistent gym goer. I'm happy that I have my fiance to be a gym goer with me, and that's been very much a blessing. Now moving on to the second topic, which is what's the difference between the types of gyms. And I highly recommend not just take my word on it, but actually almost every single type of gym has a free trial, like free month or free week, and you can do that, or usually a day session. And I would recommend going there a couple times and seeing how it feels for you. You have the commercial gym. These are usually between 10,000 to 100,000 square feet gym, and it's usually manned by, let's say, 1 or 2 people at the front desk, 1 or 2 personal trainers, a manager on top of that, and usually 1 or 2 janitors that are floating around cleaning the place because it's so big. And these gyms are huge. They have every single piece of equipment normally, and it is very packed. These gyms are also, because they're so huge, they try to oversell the membership, so they could literally have 10,000 members in that gym. And especially at the beginning of the year, it could be packed that you won't, if you like a certain type of machine, you might not be able to get that in a timely fashion. And that's where you then get used to saying, hey, excuse me, how many more sets do you have? Or if they're on their phone, be like, hey, excuse me, can I work in? I've had it almost 100% of the time. They say no problem. If they're on their phone, they'll literally get up and let you use the equipment almost all the time. And commercial gyms, it's crowded more. They usually have group training as well, a pool, sauna, hot tub. So it is, to me, for a beginner, that can be very useful, very helpful. Example of corporate gyms are like LA Fitness, Sporta, EOS, a 24-hour gym, and many other gyms around the country. That's the style. And really, if it's 10,000 square feet or 100,000 square feet, where it's like the size of a shopping center or a giant store, yeah, that's usually a commercial gym. The next is the franchise gyms, which normally would be fitting into Anytime Fitness. Planet Fitness technically counts as it, even though they are a huge gym too. Is franchise model, which is usually there's a franchise owner. The ones like when I was 16 years old and I was going to Anytime Fitness, the franchise owner was there every day. And it made for a nicer community, nicer gym. And really, it's like Anytime Fitness. It is mostly franchise gyms where it is you get to see the owner. You get to be treated nicely. They sometimes will have different promotions, different things that are not normal for a gym to have. Like they might have, let's say, a wine tasting in the gym. They may have, like, say, different specific exercises. They might even have a AA meeting in their gym or a church service in their gym, actually. So they usually have more stuff to it. And then you have the rec centers, which can be either your county, state, or local government promotes it. And then you also have, I would consider a YMCA to be kind of considered a rec center too. And to me, those are usually, their monthly fees are a lot lower, but their building is not maintained as much, so it can be a little gross. So if you're someone who has to take a shower after working out, the commercial gym or franchise would probably be a little bit better. To me, going to Planet Fitness all over my state and all over the place, Planet Fitness in general is the most cleanest bathrooms I've ever seen. Like every single employee has to clean it. And I've seen them, some of the gyms will literally clean it every hour, compared to a commercial gym might clean it only once or twice a day, which can make it get disgusting. Now, a personal training gym. That's usually where it's a one-on-one personal trainer with you, or they will sometimes branch out to being a small group, which means that instead of there being a group of 30 people that you don't know training with you, there might be 3 people with you where you can actually build a friendship, build relationships, that type of thing. And then you have a personal trainer showing you, and also if you're doing the movements incorrectly, they'll correct you right then there. No judgment. You're new. And then you have group training gyms, which that's the name and titles. A lot of gyms have moved away from this, but then there's still Orange Theory and a few others that I won't mention that do that model. And usually the personal training or group training gyms, they're a little bit more pricier than the franchise, commercial, or rec centers. But to me, whatever you pay for when it comes to health and wellness, you're getting your money's worth out of it, okay? And if it's you're told beginner, you don't have any confidence, but you want to get the most, maybe a personal training gym would be good for you. Maybe a group fitness training gym might work for you. You can even use ClassPass. They have a bonus introductory offer. I'm not affiliated with it. ClassPass, this is a freebie. You need to be a sponsor of mine from now on. Is so you can literally try out many different gyms for a small fee. And that's ClassPass does that. And then you have specialized gyms. A lot of different specialized gyms can be sports-oriented gyms, like soccer gym I've seen, baseball gyms, basketball, which that's what gymnasium was supposed to be, that. Track gym. I've seen tennis gyms. I've seen all over kinds. Powerlifting gyms, bodybuilding gyms. And they're all all over the place. And really, they can also be more expensive, but then because they're specialized, their equipment is more specialized into that goal. So say that you want to be a power lifter, they'll literally have equipment like a self-racking squat rack that you don't have the pegs, but it literally racks it yourself easier. So then you can literally, instead of the normal squat rack where you lift up and then you step back, you literally don't even have to step back and it will unrack itself for you with help of a spotter, basically. So that you can do 500 pounds without that lift up, step back, which can put a lot of strain on your ankles, your knees, and stuff like that. Or a specialized pad for deadlifts that most gyms are now adapting towards that. But it basically allows you to do 500-pound deadlift where you drop it and it doesn't bounce up at you like some gyms would used to have. And some other specialized movements, a leg press machine that you can do a 2,000 or 3,000 pounds, which most commercial gyms don't have that. They usually have a rack that only can do up to 1,000 pounds. And those are certain types of things that I've seen over the years. And that is the end of this podcast. Please, if you've listened to all the way through, please rate it 5 stars, follow my podcast, follow me on social media, links in the description as well. Thank you very much for listening to the Dorian Fitness Podcast.